First, we were going to go over how to create a marker to beat match. So first, what you're going to want to do is how to create a marker is you're going to press Control 8 on your keyboard. I am on a laptop, and then you can Control 8 as many times as you would like, and it'll create multiple markers. So that's how you create a marker using Control 8. Make sure you're clicked inside the timeline. This is the timeline where the blue highlight is. So make sure you're clicked inside your timeline, and on the layer that your audio is, you're gonna make sure that is clicked. So you're gonna command Control 8. That'll create a keyframe, and you can also go to any layer and Control 8 and create keyframes. And how to get rid of a marker, how to delete a marker is pretty simple. What you're gonna do is you're gonna command and then hover over it, and there will be this scissors icon, and you will just click on the marker that you want to delete. You don't have to use your timeline, but you can click on the marker you want to delete and just delete them, and they will be all gone. And then how do you move a marker? So we can just go back to creating one. We're gonna make one, and how do you move one is you hover over it, and you will with your mouse, and you will see this slide, these two arrows, and you can just slide it in place. Yes, and that's how you make a marker. Next is going to be how do you see the waveform for your beats. What you're going to do is click L on your keyboard once to see the audio levels, and then double click L again to see your waveform. So what you're going to do is click one for audio levels right here. It will just change how loud or soft the audio is. To open your waveform, you double click L on your keyboard, and it will open this little area up. Next, we will be going over how to beat match. So first, we can listen to the song, just a little bit of it, the beginning, and to the big start of the song. So yes, we'll listen to them. Okay, that's enough that we're gonna listen to. And so first, how to match a beat is you can look at the first option is you can look at the waveforms. As you can see, if I zoom in, you zoom in using your plus and your minus on your keyboard, and you can, by zooming in, you can see that this is a high point in the audio. This is a high point in the audio. And then this is also a high point in the audio, and then this is a high point in the audio. Sorry, my computer is breathing heavy, so that's what you're hearing right now. And then this is also a high point. You see the high points is pretty much where the beats will be, but not all the time. So that's why you have to listen to the audio over and over and over again. So yes, you can zoom in to see clearly where the beats will be. And let me just show you how. Now I'm going to go into how I mark the beats. So first, I just listen to the song over and over again, like I said. But I do know this song, so that is pretty easy. If you know the song, it'll be much easier to, mark the beats because you're used to hearing it. So this, in the beginning, as you can see, I just blocked out this entire beginning. Right here, this beginning right here, because that can be like an intro to your edit, so you don't really need to beat match that unless you want to, but it's really low, so you can't really hear the beats as well. So it's going to zoom in, and that was that first beat right there. And what I do is I mark it. You see, you can mark it right here, Control 8. Let me go back, Control 8. And you can't mark it right here, but it'll look good, but it won't be as good as it'll look if you mark it a little bit ahead. So what I do is I just mark it a little bit ahead, but honestly, you can do anything you want to do. Like if you're like, oh no, I don't like that, I want to mark it exactly where the beat thing, where the high point is, you can do that, and that's completely fine. It'll still look okay, but I personally like to do it a little second before. It just like makes it look a little bit better, at least to my eyes. And then that's how you mark your first beat, and then you can mark your second beat by zooming back in. But sometimes I also mark beats zoomed out, so you can do zoom in or zoom out. But zooming in for this tutorial, but you see you can't necessarily mark it on the highest high point like how we could right here. See, the highest high point is right here. This one's a little bit after the high point, but kind of like on it. So I just mark it right before, Control 8. And then you want to mark the next one, Control 8. And don't forget to be saving, Commanding S for saving. And yes, so that's pretty much how you mark beats. You want to listen to the song over and over again if you don't know it. But if you do know the song, you don't need to listen to it over and over again because you know the song, and you can pretty much like guess where the beats are going to be if you like really know the song. So, but I'll continue to help you do this one audio, and I'll link it below. This is who it's by. It's on SoundCloud. Let's continue to mark the beats. This will be the beginning of the edit, and this is like the beginning start of the edit, and then this will be the intro to the start of the edit. Let's before we move on, I want to show you how I can differentiate between the beginning, middle, and end of an edit. Just a second, let me just find the beginning, middle, and end really quick. Okay, and also how you can, I kind of might have messed it up, but how you can also tell that this is what the beginning, middle, and end is. It's just like you can hear a loop, it'll sound like the beginning of the song, and then it'll sound it towards the quote-unquote end of the song, but that's really the middle of the song. It'll sound like a loop. Sorry about my computer's heavy breathing, but she does that whenever I record. This would be the middle, and what I do to differentiate between the different markers, because right now they're all the same color, what I do is I will double click on the marker, and you can make a comment up here. You can change where the marker is. You can do a duration of where the marker will be. And what I do is, the only thing I do is I don't change the comment, the duration, or the time. I just go to label right here where it says none, and I click and I change the color of the label. And for the middle of the middle marker, I choose yellow, and I click OK, and it will change the color of the marker. And for the beginning marker, I choose green. You know, kind of like the stop sign that you see on the street. I just choose it like that. That's pretty simple and pretty easy for me to remember. So I just choose green and label green. Click OK, and it'll be the green. And then I'll change the ending marker to red. Double click, red at the top. Click OK. Command save. Command S for saving. And yes, and that's pretty what I use. You can change it to any color you like. And when I mark all the beats from the green to the yellow, but I do not mark the beats from the yellow to the red, because it will pretty much be a loop. So you will just duplicate your edit, and you don't need to do like markers for all of it. So that's also what's helpful when you do edits that have loops, songs that have loops. So yes. Okay, that's all of the beat matching that I'm doing, the beat walking that I'm going to be doing. Here's a zoom in of it from green to yellow. I'll move the timeline thing. It goes from about 9 seconds to 19, so it's a pretty short edit. Yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful. And then the next video will probably most likely be how to make a full edit, so stay tuned for that. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, please. It would be really helpful if you did all of those. Thank you again. Have a good day. Bye bye.